the Alberta Business Show. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Michelle Lee. She is a dentist and doctor as well at Apollonia Dental Clinic, dental office in my city. It's the first time I've ever really had a conversation with somebody in this field, in my industry, and I look forward to getting into some interesting conversations about health, wellness, dental hygiene, and how the dental practice is doing. To each and every one of you that have missed some of my business shows, Edmonton Business Show, which I had previously, and now the Alberta Business Show, click link in bio, check out my YouTube channel. Hi, thank you so much for joining. And today I'm looking forward to talking to Dr. Michelle Lee. Marketing has changed so much and business has changed here in my city and across the globe. Since it's the first time talking to a dentist, it will be interesting. Hi, thanks so much for joining. Just going to join you on the line. Hi, good morning.
Hi, so I was like, I don't really know how to join a live page. So, anyways, thanks for having me today.
You're welcome. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Is it really dark where I am, or is it just my camera?
I think after the live, everything will look kind of clear. It looks dark on my end from what I'm seeing here too. But thank you for joining me this morning, Dr. and dentist Michelle Lee. It's so good to have someone in your practice here on the Alberta Business Show. I always like to just kind of lean back and just kind of allow people to talk about who they are, how they started in business, and how their business is thriving today. So can you tell us a little bit about your bio?
Sure. In terms of just how I got into dentistry, or do you mean?
Sure, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, I graduated from the U of A about 13 years ago now, and I was associating at a couple of practices, and I kind of decided I want to do my own thing, and managed to find kind of a bay out in the southeast portion of the city, and I grew up in Millwoods, and I love that part of the city, so pretty kind of back part of the community, so yeah.
Awesome. And is dentistry something that you always wanted to do? Is it something maybe your parents wanted you to get into, or did you wake up one day and say, I want to become a dentist?
That's a great question. I can't imagine anyone generally wakes up and says they want to be a dentist. But no, I didn't have any family members or anything that were in dentistry, but it was just, I don't know, it just kind of fell into it, to be perfectly honest with you. And then from there, I actually really love it. And I have a younger brother and sister who I managed to convince to go into the field too. So they also work as part of the practice. And so it's really fun.
That's awesome. And what is the best thing that you like most about what you do every day?
Definitely interacting with people, for sure. I think it's one of those things where, it's people generally don't love going to the dentist. So I think that if you can, just have a good experience and chat and get to know them and everything like that, then that works out really, really nicely. So yeah. So you'll see in the office, we've been together for a long time, and so everyone knows each other really well, and we get to know our patients well, and so we laugh a lot and we have a good time. So that's a good thing.
That's awesome. I know when I was a little girl, I used to have braces, but just some of the dental practices here, I kind of feel like it's a second home. I walk in, they remember your face, and they're kind of
awesome.
Yeah, and do you do this? Sometimes they kind of talk you into feeling calm without realizing that they're doing it before they start doing work. Do you find that you kind of do that first, kind of get a little personal with someone before you get started?
Totally. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, just making someone comfortable, because it is kind of there's some people that actually really love coming to the dentist, but I would probably say that most don't. So if you can make the experience comfortable, that's good. And I think also what's really helped is, when we were younger, you would just have to stare at the ceiling, and now people can watch movies and Netflix and whatever. So then it makes it a little nicer. So some people kind of feel like it's almost like a mini vacation. They get to watch a show and their kids aren't around, their husband's not around or whatever. So it kind of becomes kind of relaxing for them. So that's a good thing.
That's awesome. And I know it's been quite an interesting year for many people, good, and some people have experienced different changes. How was it for you personally to kind of wake up? I think it was the middle or the end of March and the whole world just kind of changed. How did you cope through that?
It definitely was a struggle at first, just because I think for everybody, right, we've not gone through this before. So it was a bit weird to wake up one day and not have to go to work. And then definitely as a small business owner, you worry about, obviously the patients, but then you also worry about your staff and, what you can, try to do to help them. But it was definitely tough. And then it was also equally hard to actually end up having to go back, because there's so many new kind of rules and things that you have to follow actually in dentistry, it was relatively, the rules were easy. It just takes a lot of time to do them, because, in dentistry, we were always very, very sterile place anyway. So that kind of worked out. So, but yeah, it's been really good. So we're hoping that everyone stays safe and careful and we don't have another shutdown, I guess.
Absolutely. And what are your expectations for the future of dentistry? Do you anticipate like robots being in dental offices, or do you think that human element will kind of remain?
That's such a great question, because I went to a conference probably a couple years ago, and they literally brought on stage like a robot, and the robot they were saying is going to be kind of the future. Like, so when you walk into the office, instead of a person greeting you, like the robot will greet you, and then the robot will take you to the op. And I think it's a little odd. I personally, I don't know if it's just an age thing or something, but I personally like the interaction with people. I think that at the end of the day, you'll never, robots can take over a lot of things in terms of automation and industry or whatever. But when it comes to just people interaction, I just don't think that that's ever going to, it'll ever replace it. So I'm hoping it doesn't anyways, because I think that would be a little strange. But after saying that, I think in some surgeries, for sure, some bigger surgeries, like they're doing that on the, definitely on the dental side, on the medical side, where, a lot of the surgeries become a little bit more automated. And I think that's actually a really good thing for patients, because it becomes more, what's the word? I think just it's just the automation process. So, maybe there'll be less errors and things like that. So.
Yeah, I'm just actually thinking about that. I don't think I would want to go to a dentistry with the robot touching my mouth. I'd probably wait in line for like a
yeah. Totally.
And other than that, how's the environment? Like, take us through a walk as if I were virtually in your dentistry right now. How would that experience feel? How does it look? And can you kind of get into the atmosphere at your workplace?
Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty similar, except for now we have to be cautious on how many people are in the waiting area. So we generally ask people to give us a call to make sure that there's enough room in there. We obviously have plexiglass at the front, and you have to fill out more forms. We check your temperature. We ask you all the standard COVID questions, and we were lucky because, we already had kind of commercial air filtration units and stuff in the office prior to COVID. So we already kind of had that going. And in terms of wearing masks and sterilization and cleaning, like we already did that stuff anyway. So I think it's probably for the patients, there's just a bigger change because the process is just a little bit longer. But overall, I say it's been pretty smooth. So yeah.
That's great. And do you have anything coming up? Any, how can I say, like community involvement events, any blogs or newsletters, or maybe a YouTube channel coming up that we can share with our audience today?
So we usually do a summer event, every year. But of course, this year we weren't able to. So we aren't doing anything community interacting, I guess, but hopefully usually around Christmas we try to get some things to donate to the food bank and to Santa's Anonymous and things like that. One of the new things that we're starting in the office for this year is that we're getting into some dental sleep medicine. So I think it's going to be a newer field and interesting for patients because, when they come to their dentist, they obviously aren't going to be prepared to maybe talk about their sleep, but, it's kind of a field that we're able to get into and hopefully, educate patients on it and get people happier and healthier and sleeping better, and that'll be a good thing. So I think that we're definitely going to be updating our website with some of that information, and then Melissa does a really great job with our social media, so you can find more information on us through there too. So
awesome. And before you go, if anyone wants to come into your dentistry or give you a call, how can people contact you today?
You could go through our website, which is just apolloniadentalclinic.com, and our email is just apolloniadentalclinic@gmail.com. And then, of course, if you wanted to Instagram us, that's cool as well, and that's just Apollonia YEG. And I guess our phone number is 780-432-5842. So thanks.
Awesome. I know we have a few people on the line. Does anyone have any questions for Dr. Michelle Lee? Any questions about dental care? Anything that's happening with you that you need some clarification on? She's very, very skilled, very knowledgeable, and very experienced. And she'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have right now.
I think, this is, now I've pushed something. Sorry, I'm terrible with this. Okay. Hi, Emily. I see a couple people that I know on here, so that's nice. So how about, is it weird to ask about you? Tell me a little bit about your business.
Oh yeah, I've been in marketing for 6 years. I'm actually originally from Toronto. I have Toronto. I came here 6 years ago to pursue the art of happiness in marketing. And
why Edmonton?
Well, Toronto was a bit saturated. I was working at TD Canada Trust Bank. I didn't go to school for banking, but I kind of just felt stuck. And I started applying. I probably went to 50 different job interviews, and it just wasn't panning out. So my dad said, you have some friends and family in Alberta. Why don't you just start sending out your resume, see what happens? Yeah. And then literally, I just started getting all these calls, like Skype interviews.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I came here the first week, I landed something, and it was just, I never looked back. I love Toronto, but I just like the peace of mind. Like, I can hear myself thinking, and I have time back, because I spent 4 hours a day literally commuting back to work. I don't experience that in Edmonton, so yeah. I'm sure
you get that all the time. Like, why would you go from Toronto to Edmonton? But I personally, I've lived in Edmonton for most of my life, and I love this place. There was a long span of time where my family actually lived in Calgary, and I just wanted to be in Edmonton. So I also really like your sign behind you.
Oh,
your boss lady sign. Yeah, that is an awesome sign.
I try to just keep it up there, just to remind me of what my to just keep going and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's awesome. I love it. That's a really cool story. So I'm glad that you've enjoyed Edmonton, and I think it's a great place. I think there's lots of opportunity here, and I really love the people in Edmonton. I just think that they're kind of laid back, and they're just really nice people. And so yeah, that's really good.
I agree. It's a growing city. I think by 2036, I think the Alberta government is projecting that it'll be 2.3 million people here. So might as well just...
Which is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Which is so crazy. So
I don't see any questions, but that's okay. I'm going to keep this chat on IGTV. I'm also going to tag Apollonia Dental Clinic. So if you guys have any questions, absolutely contact Apollonia on Instagram, and I'll leave the website as well. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And thank you so much, Dr. Michelle Lee. I appreciate you and your time, and your social media rep is very, very friendly and kind. So
she's awesome. Yeah.
Hopefully one day we'll meet. Maybe I'll just swing by and say hi and Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it was really nice. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a nice day, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.